And we're live. Good afternoon. Welcome to Conversations with Series 1, the JSAM, Episode 4, the Active Insurance Guy. So first of all, this podcast is bringing real stories of weight loss, fitness and health into the public eye and allowing people to share their own stories to help and inspire others to go and do the same. So Simon, I don't think I've met Simon, at least I don't think I have. However, when I first set up my Instagram, he was one of the first people who regularly liked and commented on my posts, giving me encouragement and keeping me going on my journey. But in recent weeks, he's inspired me to get my steps up by joining in on his hashtag 10K before 10, and that's PM, not AM. That's an initiative around increasing your steps. He takes time to reply and he shares my walks on his stories. He's also recently inspired me to join an online training course with Jay Alderton on Media Mastery, which is helping bring this podcast live and improving my social media skills. He's trying to build his own online presence for his business, and he's recently reinvented himself as the Active Insurance Guy, turning a brand new profile on and increasing his following to help his own business. He wants to live the laptop lifestyle, which I can vouch for. Doing this podcast is not an easy life, as some might think. And I think we've both found a new respect for some of our mentors like James Smith and Darren Cartel, who have built their lives around this method of working. Simon's stories and posts sometimes become a rant, which when you grow up in Scotland, you understand this is just a West Coast thing. But these posts and stories are entertaining and show a personality behind the steps and Strava posts, which you so often see on the JSAM pages. But a note to self, don't close the post office on a Wednesday, fake your steps on the JSA app, work for Strava, any of these things, he will find you. And if he finds you, well, we've all seen Taken. Pre-lockdown, Simon was doing CrossFit 6 times a week. Isn't CrossFit becoming a bit of a common theme within these podcasts? So welcome, Simon. What do we not know about you?
Probably quite a lot, to be honest. It's funny, and thank you for having me. I really appreciate this. First ever podcast I've been on, listened to many, so I'm excited about this. I find them fascinating. I find the whole social media thing fascinating. So with regards to what do people not know about me, lots. I don't really share my personal life on social media, which I seem to share everything else. But the family is kind of held in the background. And I think it's because Mrs. S would probably kill me if I showed her. And my 2 kids would utterly destroy me. So I am constantly embarrassed to them all. So I don't share my family on there.
Isn't it funny? I think with a lot of the weight loss journey Instagrams, we're encouraged to set those up when you join the James Smith Academy to share your story and post your updates. But because you're posing half naked in your boxer shorts, nobody wants to put their friends or family on there. It's a little secret page.
Well, mine wasn't. See, and this is the strange thing. So when I set up, so I've now been in James Smith Academy 2 years, and when I set mine up, I had about, I think Instagram is the weapon of choice that I went through, and that's just purely because that's where I think I'd seen James and Lee Hardy and things like that on. And I had about 115 followers. And so I'm not great with, I class anybody who's got 2 mobile phones as a drug dealer. It's like, so I couldn't have 2 accounts. And so I used my own personal account that was made it public, turned it into a business account, and then just there you go. So yes, I did embarrass many a person with my half-naked pictures. So my children were the first to block and ditch me.
Can't go with that. That's so one thing people will probably hear on this podcast is maybe thinking that there's a new host, because my accent will change, and my Scottish accent will come back through like it does when I speak to my family on the phone. So, for all the English listening, we hope that you understand us, and if you don't, then you'll just find another podcast to listen to.
Subtitles will be added later.
Yeah, we'll add the subtitles on for you later. So, Simon, how would you describe yourself as a person?
This is actually quite funny. When people kind of first meet, I class myself, I'm a complete dick until you get to know me, and then you realise, he's all right. That's just Simon, and I actually used to have that on my Instagram profile, that I am a complete dick until you get to know me, and it's it's one of those things, because I am, and it's I just apologise for it, but when you do get to know me, you think that's just the way he is. And so many people over the years have come up and goes, Simon, I thought you were a complete dick. And I goes, I am. I goes, what? You kind of like me now, don't you? And it's kind of infectious.
Well, I've never thought that, but I think sometimes I think you said to me, you can be seen as rubbing people up the wrong way. And we've you've maybe seen that with as I mentioned, with some of his stories, but I think it's all seen in jest, and a bit of banter.
Yeah, nothing serious. I mean, sometimes there's maybe a serious note in there, but it's light-hearted, and it is directed at certain people. So yeah, they might pick up on it.
So you were telling me, actually, in our sort of pre-recording chat, so we like to keep these raw, but I do try to get to know my guests before they come on just a little bit. You were telling me you're scared of sharks.
Yeah, I love this. People find it hilarious. So I've done a lot of a fair bit of swimming. I swam as a kid when I went to secondary school. Did 2 or 3 years. It wasn't great. I was too late getting into it. I went into it far too late. But I enjoy swimming. I've always been into swimming. But open water, I am terrified of sharks. I can swim so far as long as I can see the sand. But as soon as it goes dark, you just get a da 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 da. And I freak the fuck out. I lose it, completely lose it, and I'm like, can't help myself. It's so funny.
There's one place you need to be calm, as if you're in the open water.
Yeah. So yeah, any more than waist, that's me. I'm done.
So, swimming then. I know that's became a big part of your life. You said you were chairman at the swimming group.
Yeah. So my son turns 18 in a couple of weeks, and I think he was 8 when he first joined the swim club, and probably about 3 months after he joined, I joined Masters and started doing master swimmings because I was keen to get, and that was my first kind of foray back into fitness. I had been a member of Bannatynes for about 10 years, never used it. I would use it 2 or 3 weeks a year. So getting into swimming, Oscar started swimming, and I started basically 3 nights a week. I would go, and a coach would take you through your paces, and I loved it. I loved the structured environment. I'm all right at swimming. As an adult, I'm pretty good, and that was the kind of starting point. Then, I say, Oscar's now he's turning 18, so he's 10 years in the swim club. My daughter Brooke, she was a couple of years behind. So she's just turned 16, so she's 8 years in the club. But I was always a kind of a big volunteer with the timekeeping and judging and all these different things. Did all these courses so that I could help out the club. But I always wanted to run it. So eventually the post came free and I stepped up, and yeah, that was interesting.
So I think you said to me you wanted to go in and reinvent it and bring it up to speed a bit.
Yeah, the club South Ayrshire Swim Team, fantastic team. We're a good sized team. Being in Ayrshire, we cover the 3 towns, so we've got access to 4 pools and all that sort of thing. Great size. At the time, probably about 200 members, so very good, but antiquated. And I kind of stepped in, as all things do, committees and chairs, vice chairs, and that fall out. And I stepped in, I kind of not to rescue the club. I'm definitely not a knight in shining armour, but I stepped in, and I'm not a big fan of committees. So my whole remit was I'm a dictator, and it's like I'm coming into because for years I'd sat on the sidelines, and the club frustrated me how it ran. So over the space of 2 years, we hired new coaches, totally rejigged the finances, got them up to date, which was a fantastic thing, massive undertaking. I had to basically go back through 10 years worth of accounts and try to fix it. And I don't know enough accounts, but I know how to use a spreadsheet. And I totally changed the structure. And I say me, fuck, it was me. I put all the ideas on the table, so I'm taking the credit. But then eventually it was time to move on. And that was it. 2 years done. And I have to say the 2 years I put into the club will probably serve the club for the next 10. And if it comes, obviously, out of lockdown. But yeah, fantastic. I'm very proud of what I achieved, but it took everything. I heart and soul into it. So I did far too many hours. Shouldn't have done it. But I wanted to do it, and I was passionate about the club. And it takes some people with passion to actually turn these things round. And it was, I have to say, I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it. I'm really pleased with what I did, but I stepped away, and I've never dealt with it again.
So your boy's quite a good swimmer here.
Yeah, Oscar's, I think he's a bit, I mean, all parents will say this, they think he's a bit, they think their kids are a bit special. I think he's a bit special. I watch a lot of kids and I can see a bit of talent. There's something there. I'm hoping that he gets to go to uni. I'm hoping he goes to Stirling, because I would like to see what a proper coach could do with him. Because boys mature a lot later, so they need to, for the strength and conditioning to come in. So I just think he's a unit. He's going to be taller than me. He's already at the same height as me. So I'm 6'2". He's already there, 18 years old, and can pack the muscle on. So I'm slightly intrigued. I don't think he's definitely not Olympian level. I don't think, I'm not under any illusion, but Commonwealth, I think he could make Commonwealth. But yeah, but we'll have to see what happens with lockdown and the universities and all these different things. But I'm keen for him to go to Stirling and have a crack, and just, I genuinely do think there's something there. But he's one of those annoying wee bastards that could turn his hand to anything. I think he would be good at. Do you remember them in school? Do you know, you turn up for PE, right? We're doing hockey today, and there's this wee prick would run up and down the field quite a thing, as if it was his number one sport, and then we'd move on to rugby. And again, it's like, so he's potentially that type of child. That wasn't me, that's for sure.
It definitely wasn't me either, and I think there's quite a big thing within our James Smith Academy community is none of us were natural sports people. I think there's very few that were naturally into their sport and actually becoming part. Maybe they've been through some journeys, but joining the James Smith Academy showed them that there was a place for maybe not just sport, but for lifting, and for going to the gym, and removing that fear for a lot of people. But yeah, I hear what you're saying about swimming. I think it's early starts, it's hard training, 6 days a week, and it must take a lot to run a club like that.
It takes a lot to run a club, but the biggest thing, any successful athlete or anything, is the parental support behind them. Need massive support. I mean, having two kids swimming at a kind of pretty top level, sometimes we actually had kids swimming in different pools at the same day. So you've got one parent going one way and one going the other way to get them to different pools. It's madness. But you do this, and it's the same with, you travel the length and breadth of the country to allow them to swim at the highest level. And it costs a fortune. I mean, swimming is very expensive. Oscar's, a pair of trunks for Oscar are £200. Brooke, a swimsuit for Brooke, just shy of £400. I mean, that's ridiculous. Goggles, 40 quid. And but sport is expensive at that level. Not that they need that kit, by the way. I'm massively against it. But if they turn up and they've not got it and everybody else has got it, then you're seen as disadvantaged. But that's just sport. And I could rant on that one, by the way.
So, you have a story around your pre-James Smith Academy. You actually said you were a bit of an advocate for Weight Watchers. And so, what's your story behind that? Because for anybody who doesn't know, the simple message with being a member of the James Smith Academy is calories in versus calories out, and keeping it very simple. Plans like Weight Watchers, Slimming World use their own method, but you saw some success. I mean, with Weight Watchers. How much did you lose with Weight Watchers?
I lost, I think, just shy of 4 stone with Weight Watchers. I loved it. I honestly loved Weight Watchers. I'm a huge fan of these programs. I think Weight Watchers is fantastic. I think Slimming World's fantastic for the right person at the right time, because I was 18 stone. So I was 18 stone, and somebody telling me, yes, calorie deficit, to work out your calorie, fuck that. That makes no sense to me. I wasn't in the right place at that. I needed to go into a meeting and some wee woman going, like, Simon, stand on the scales. And you're thinking, I really don't want to do this. And you stand on the scales. She goes, right, you have now got 32 points for whatever it was. And I was like, all right. And you would then scour the book and you're going, right, I can have this and I can have that. I ate like a king. And it was the easiest thing ever. Now, I learned nothing, but I didn't want to learn anything. I wanted to shift weight. And that's all I cared about, is shifting weight. Didn't even do any exercise. I just did a diet. But it was brilliant. I loved it.
Did you keep that 4 stone off after finishing the Weight Watchers?
Yeah, well, yes. So I dropped down to 14 stone, and I kind of fluctuated. 14 was too low for me. I couldn't, without constantly watching my diet, I couldn't stay there. I would say probably most of the time since then, I've fluctuated between 15, 16 and a half. Probably the heaviest I ever went back up to was maybe 16 and a half. That would be after a holiday or something like that. But yeah, I held it off. I started getting into sport activities. That's obviously when I get into swimming. So as I maybe didn't learn as much, but my activity level jumped up. So I lost it with that. And then I say I've got probably, I would say now 10 years of activity behind me. That's probably what's helped maintain or stop me going massively back up. If I hadn't found that, then I would have gone. Yeah. So, but then I would have jumped. I would have joined again. It was £5 a week. It was nothing. And once you hit weight, it was free. So it's, I can't say a bad word against them. I mean, I've got a good friend of mine, and he's in Slimming World. He lost 5 stone, and he is a running god now. I mean, Tom's done fantastically well, and 5 stone, and now runs 5K pretty much every single day. And it's absolutely, he's an inspiration to me, and Slimming World. But it's finding, because I think Pav said this. Food is fuel, and that's all it is. There's days when I want a treat, but 90% of the time it's just fuel. I just need food to keep me going, and that's it, to get to the next day. So yeah, it's strange.
Did joining the James Smith Academy, did that educate you on, could give you more of that education and knowledge on how and why maybe Weight Watchers worked?
I still don't know how it works. But it's hilarious. Weight Watchers, there's certain, it's like the dark arts, right? I don't know how it works. It's the same with Slimming World. Sins, no sins, it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. It's a formula. But the calorie deficit, I think it's just the way James told it. And because I'd used MyFitnessPal, but I didn't get it. He just told me it, and I got it. There was something, I don't know, it's hard to push. But I'd class James is a dick, and he comes across a dick, but that's me. So I see a lot of him and me, and I was like, and I think that's why it clicked. I was like, he's just keeping it simple, because it's like all the other different, I don't need to know the science. Just give me the basics, put it in broad terms that I can actually work it around my life, and that's it. So he nailed it, and 2 years in, and it's a piece of pish.
So do you still log your foods now?
I actually don't, and I'll tell you why I don't. I eat the same every day. So I don't need to. So, I mean, I have porridge as my first meal. It's 880 calories. I know that because it's been 880 calories for 18 months. So and then I'm on 22. My meals come to about 2,200. So I know that the soup I have is somewhere between 250 and 300. That's fine. Sandwich thins, they're 100 each. So that's 400. The turkey rashers are 250 each. So that's 500 because I have 2 packs. But I'm a cheating bastard. I like see if you put something into MyFitnessPal and there's one that's really low, I'll always go in the lowest one and never go in the highest one. So I'm not a great. I am a cheating bastard when it comes to that, but that's personal. I accept that. I build that into my deficit. I have a 250, 300 buffer just because I'm shite at it. So I don't log, but I know exactly what I'm eating.
So if anybody's watched Simon's stories or posts, I remember watching one, you've just mentioned porridge there, and they're 880 calories because it's a big bowl of porridge.
Yeah.
It's the size of the bowl, it could be described as a fruit bowl.
Yes.
And I think it's probably a whole pack of oats. There or thereabouts. But and I think you mentioned, maybe I watched one of your lives or something the other day about you're using up 4 jars of cinnamon a week or something like that.
Yeah, cinnamon. The wee jars of cinnamon you get from the supermarket, I'll go through one of them probably every 3 to 4 days. It's just habit now. I don't. I don't know. I don't even know why I do it. It started out and I can't stop. It is habit. It is more habit than flavour. Although I do miss it when I don't have it. There's a couple of days in it, and especially in lockdown, it's hard to get because everybody's using it for their bacon.
So, but one of the questions, so I put it out on Instagram again about asking what would the people like to know about Simon, and one of the questions was, why are you anti-breakfast? So we're talking about porridge, but somebody seems to think you're anti-breakfast. Is that maybe down to the time of day you're having your porridge?
Right. This is where I absolutely massively disagree with James Smith, and he does my fucking head in over this. He calls fasting just skipping a meal. When do I skip a meal? I mean, you've seen what I eat. When do I skip a meal? When have I get... So just because I don't start eating till 3 or 4, but I start with my breakfast. So I'm not anti-breakfast. Who said breakfast has to be before midday?
You just have your breakfast late.
But yeah, and that drives me mental that intermittent fasting is just skipping a meal. No, it's not. I still eat 2,200 calories. I just do it in a shorter window. I wouldn't eat any more if I was on. I mean, that just grates me, and they know that. They bastards that ask that question. That just grates me.
So, if anybody's listening and questioning why there might be swear words, well, I guess that's just who Simon is. We want to keep it real, but we do mark our podcasts explicit.
I should have asked that first, shouldn't I?
So yeah, it's Eminem worthy of our language. So, you seem very passionate, Simon. What are you most passionate about?
I actually don't know. I enjoy what I do. I just see if I don't enjoy it, I don't do it. I'm moaning face bitch. I really am. Coach at the CrossFit and the coaches at swimming and the instructors at the gym that I used to go to will tell you I am a big moaning face bitch. If there's something I don't like, I won't do it. But if there's something I like, you get it. You get it all. I do. If I enjoy something, then I get, but my attention span disappears if I don't enjoy it. I don't think I've got specific passions. It's just I kind of enjoy this thing. I enjoy enjoy my job and I enjoy life, and I like to have keep things kind of light-hearted. So yeah, but specific thing I'm passionate about, probably not.
just passionate all around then.
Yeah.
So for anybody who is listening, Simon lives fairly close to where my grandfather had a house. And we were talking about that the other night, where I used to believe that my grandfather's house was right on the beach, and I used to believe that when people were on the beach that they were in his garden. So we had a giggle about that the other night. But I also know that it's a part of the world where there's some fantastic golf courses, and you were out yesterday.
Yes, first game in a long time. My passion for golf disappeared probably 4 or 5 years ago. I just found it was getting a wee bit not necessarily too hard, time consuming, and whatnot. But yesterday I went out with my brother-in-law and I fell right back in love with it. It was brilliant. It really was fantastic. It's a strange game. It's a brutal game, but yes, it's just tremendous.
It's a game I played all through my childhood, and then it's an expensive sport. It's seen as
Mm.
for the rich or whatever. Some people might describe it as a good walk spoiled. But how far did you walk on the golf course yesterday? Because I know that you're tracking your steps for the
Yeah.
Smith Academy challenge. So is it worthwhile playing golf to get your steps up?
Well, I did 8.5 kilometers on the golf course. It took me 3 hours, and it was quite funny. So I was out for 3 hours. My wife, she looked at my Strava and goes, "You were only moving for an hour and 40 minutes." I go, "I know." But the only reason I'd done that is because one of my buddies, he'd done it 2 or 3 nights ago, and I thought, I have to see what my lines look like, and they were all over the place. It's so funny. I mean, I'm not great. Mike Redden asked me, he goes, "What's your handicap?" And I'm like, "I play off 18. I goes, best ever was 15. I can murder a ball. I mean, distance-wise, I can fair whack a ball. No idea where it's going to land. But there are times when we've been on our golf trips abroad. I mean, there's one. There'll be golfers that watch this. La Cala, the America North course, the 18th hole, like a big corkscrew, 550 yards, and the tee. It's funny because the fairway heads you straight out, but I know, having played it, that if I shoot it down over the villas, I can cut like 200 odd yards out, and it's just begging to be smashed. And I remember a couple of years ago playing my cousin's nephew was with him, and he's a tremendous golfer. I was actually, you just point and shoot, and it's like, that's the line. 550-yard drives, but it's all downhill, bounce, bounce, bounce. But it's stuff like that. That's what I love about the game. It's mad.
I think anybody who's played golf knows the rule of it only takes one shot to bring you back.
Oh, that was yesterday, the 18th. I absolutely creamed it, and we nearly knocked out 2 old ladies who were on the green. I drove the green on the 18th, and I was like, best game ever. I'm coming back.
One of the best lines that I ever heard was from an old boy on a golf course, and I hit a shot, and it literally skippered across the ground, but ran up, and it was about 2 inches from the hole, and I had to completely mess the shot up. And he said to me, "That shot is like shagging your mother-in-law. It's up there, but you don't know how." But 80. So anyway, we should maybe move on from that. So one of the things that I love about the James Smith Academy is that it all feels like a family, even though we might never have met each other. We're all very different, but this common thing of health and fitness, but being normal people while we're doing it, makes it unique. Can you tell me about where your life was on the run up to joining?
Yeah. So as I say, I've been in 2 years now, and I'd probably been listening to James possibly about 6-7 months. I think pre-Christmas. I think there is a time where he's out in Sydney, and him and Darren, they bugger off to Bali. And from when you read the book and listen to podcasts, that was a low point in their lives. So that's where I was kind of picking up on them, and Lee Hardy was doing his challenges. Now, I think I'll say it. I mean, I have no shame in this. I would say at the time prior to joining the James Smith Academy, I was drinking too much. But I think we touched on this, and it was people used to call it the functioning alcoholic, and I would say that just alcohol wise, I would like 4 cans of lager, but the next night 4, and then but if you then look back and go, I was consuming probably between 24 and 36 cans a week. I mean, that's ridiculous. I'm amazed that the weight hadn't piled on massively. But So I would say that I was heading on a slippery slope with that. And work, that was probably an escapism for work. But then, as a classic, I got to that fuck it point. I'd been in a golf trip, and then in the beginning of May, and then I was on a family trip at the end of May, and I actually joined the academy and paid my money while I was away. I'd started the 5-day trial before I left, paid the money and joined while I was out on holiday, and just decided, fuck it, I'm doing this. And I come home 5th of June, took my first pictures and started the Vegas challenge. And I do say James, basically, I put him down. He saved my life in this, because the transformation over the last 2 years, I hate to imagine if I hadn't, where I would be and what I'd be doing. But honestly, I'd class it as life-changing, absolutely life-changing.
I mean, that's a massive story. I mean, we're recording on the 7th of June, so that's a 2-year journey.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I know that you were I finished as a place winner for the Vegas challenge. Was that your first challenge?
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
It was. I wanted to go to Vegas. I had been to Vegas several years before. I had a few of the lads I kicked about with. Then we'd done a few big birthday trips. So the first one was a trip to Chester Races, which was fantastic. I love Chester Races. That's a great venue. Ladies' Day in August. There's no finer meet. We then went to Munich to the beer festival for somebody else's birthday. And that might have been our, I mean, mine and one of the other boys, we were quite close together for birthdays for 40ths. And then the final one was Thomas, who's a runner, swimming world. Went to Vegas for his, and 5 days in Vegas. I was broken. I was honestly broken. Vegas is tremendous. I loved every second of it. In fact, so was Munich. Munich did break me. I came home ill. I was ill for a fortnight afterwards. But so, yeah, I wanted to go to Vegas. And as I say, I hit that whole fuck it moment that I'm going to do this. So I did. Put my details in, found out that my calories were 2,200. Gave up alcohol because I wanted to do it properly. I was training 5-6 times a week. And so I went for it. And I did not deviate from my calories for 12 weeks. I think during the 12-week period, I had 4 pints of lager at a family do, which I'd accounted for, and they were shite. So I was disappointed in that. And I think about week 6, week 7, Devin really started his meet up 24/7, smashed that. And I took that on board massive. That was the biggest change in my transformation, is when I started walking. So my wife and I, we would walk 10K 4 or 5 times a week in addition to my training, and I just got shredded. So yeah, I finished the Vegas one. Same weight I'm now, but comparison wise, night and day. I mean, I was single figure body fat or close to it. Pretty unhealthy, to be honest. I was in a bad. I would have said my health was in a bad way, and not in a health that way. Zero testosterone level, just fucking falls away. And I should have stopped at week 9, but because you thought I've only got 3 weeks to go, because I just battered in for another 3 weeks and kept it up, and I shouldn't have, because my physique at week 9 was fantastic, and that's, I would strive to get back to week 9 over anything, but yeah, I carried on and get shredded and finished the challenge.
So you're a lifetime member now, then?
Yeah, I won a lifetime membership. I had hoped to win the trip. I was cheated out of it. I'm going to fucking say it. I was cheated out of it.
Okay.
Do you know, it's bizarre, right? Controversial. Fucking hell, man.
Hold back, Simon.
Like, so Vegas was fantastic. I put everything in, and I was I was in an amazing condition. I had done everything that James had asked. I had trained hard, carried it, my socials, went to town on it. Took my socials from 150 to just shy of 2,000. And that was the kind of remit for the challenge. So when it came to pick the winners, I'm not being cocky or anything like that. I couldn't see anybody that had went as far, and maybe going as far was the problem. Then obviously James picked a different winner, but I would have said the James Smith Academy had started championing this person, and the person had went through their own challenges, but I thought I was entering a fitness challenge. It was portrayed as a fitness challenge. Now, since then, James has changed it all. I think that was a catalyst for change, because it wasn't so much weight loss. It was different. I was devastated. I'm not going to lie. I was utterly devastated. And and I think people do ask me about it just because they know I'm still fucking devastated. But I was.
Because of the effort you put in.
Yeah, I was. I had 12 weeks. 12 weeks is a long time. I gave up everything for 12 weeks. And again, that was wrong. That's not, but I vowed never to do that again. So I learned a huge amount about myself. I learned I could do it. I also learned what could be achieved. Hindsight, the lifetime membership's probably been far better. The lifetime membership has been a far greater asset to me than a trip to Vegas. So yeah, it's controversial. I felt that I should have won. I said that to James at times, but I felt it was between a rock and a hard place. But you know, these things, if it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, it's not. So second place, I picked up second place along with some amazing girls who did fantastically well, and we're lifetime members. And that's the best thing he's ever given to me, is the lifetime membership of his club, and I'm eternally grateful.
And as you said, managed to turn your life around from where you were with drinking and so on and so forth. So in terms of challenges then, so we've just come to the end of a last challenge. Now, outside of the JSAM, we'll probably not know, but part of our challenge is we take our pictures on a weekly basis. And actually in our last podcast with Sam, she spoke about maybe those taking them on a weekly basis is too close together. Mm-hmm. For her, because you don't see the changes. And I know that you detest taking your pictures. And I don't know, it's not even about posting it. It's you detest taking it. What do you not like about taking it?
This comes back to, I did Vegas, and the pictures were fantastic because I dropped 20 pounds in Vegas, and so I could see changes. And I always compare. Let's say it's week 5. I always compare to week 1, 6 to 1, 7 to 1. I never compare 6 to 5. I always compare to the start. Where am I compared to the start? Because that's otherwise, this week to next week, I'm not going to see any changes. So Vegas was fine. I then did Fiji. I'll come back on to the challenges I've done, but with regards pictures, it was Bali 2, which was after Fiji. I did Bali 2, and I think I was in the 3rd week, and I'm standing there, and I just detested the pictures. I didn't detest what I seen, because I'm standing looking in the mirror, and I could see shape and all that sort of thing, and then I took the picture, and it was flat. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And mentally, it was kicking the shit out of me, and so I stopped the challenge right there and then, and I didn't need that mental thing, because a lot of the challenges become a mental game. As you get deeper into it, as you get to week 9, 8, 9, up to 12, it's mental more than the physical CFD and all that. It's a mental thing. So I removed that, and I would say that I experienced the same again in this couple of weeks. I think I actually posted a video. I took my pictures, and then I'm like, these are shite. I hate them. And I took a video, and I'm thinking, I quite like that guy. I'm doing all right. And it was just mental. It was like, how is it? And a few people said that. Goes, stop taking pictures, do video. And I was like, so I said to maybe say that to James. I goes, I don't want to post a picture, but I'll do a video. No happen, because you move about, and because if the light hits you a different way, you think, oh, I've got an ab. And it's stuff like that, but that keeps you in it. It's amazing. I think pictures are phenomenal. If you're starting out, pictures are the best thing in the world as in measurements. Later on, when you're 3, 4, 5, 6 challenges in, fuck, they are awful.
So I don't know that people will be thinking about, maybe some people are listening to the podcast and thinking of joining, or if you are part of the JSAM, you might be considering going up to premium to take part in the challenges, or you might already be on premium and you're just thinking about the next challenge. What's your advice for setting the challenge goal then? Because I know that they're all different.
I've done them all. Right, so Vegas, I got shredded. So that was easy. That was it. Get shredded. Fiji. So this was straight after. So Vegas, I'm on 2,200 calories for 12 weeks. Got shredded. I then started Fiji and jumped up to 3,800 calories to do a bulk. And the goal with that one was to increase my deadlift, back squat. I think it was just deadlift and back squat at the time. That's what we were doing in the gym, and I bulked them up. But I gained a stone, so I put a pound on each week. 3,800 calories was hard work because I did it clean. So my porridge went from 800 to 1,200 calories, and I was smashing 3,800 every single day, no problem at all. Not no problem at all. I got to the point I hated food, absolutely detested it. Put a stone on. I hated what I'd seen in the pictures, so the plan was for Bali 2 was to then get shredded again, and I started that. I went back. I think I went up to 15 stone at the end of Fiji, so I was about 2 or 3 pounds shy of my Vegas start weight. Bali 2, which I binned, I actually carried on personally and lost a lot of the weight and got back down to where I was happy. Didn't do Bali 3, but I did my own project on that one because people were pissing me off with the whole skipping breakfast and fasting and all that sort of thing. So I did a mini project for that. But I still worked a bit in strength. What did we do after that? And then it was the Bali challenge. Bali 3, my own project, I wanted to maintain 200 pounds. So I think I was sitting at 208 when I started, and I dropped down to 200 pounds, but never went below that. So I keep adjusting my calories so that I dropped fat. So I changed my body composition over that kind of period. So that was a good one. I actually thought that was a great project. Because I weighed myself every single day, reported that weight, and I stayed at 200 pounds. But the difference was incredible. So I enjoyed that one. That was a kind of body composition challenge that I kind of did myself. When we did the Bali challenge, which was around about August, September, October last year, I knew I was going on holiday. So I wanted to show that I could be in a challenge, change my shape, go and enjoy a holiday and eat and drink anything I wanted. And I think I come home from holiday 2 weeks before the end of the challenge, and I still presented myself in what I would class as bloody good nick. So that was a good one. Kangoo, I decided to bulk again. I fucking hate bulking. Bulking's shite. I put a stone on over Christmas, £10 to a stone on over Christmas, and then decided, nah, I'm not doing this anymore. So I binned it all. So that changed to my challenges. for the first 4 weeks I put a stone on, then for the last 8 weeks I get rid of it. So that was quite fun. And now I find myself in Bintangs, and I've still to take my final picture, which I'll probably do on Tuesday, which is the very last day. I use every single day available to me in a challenge. The day of registration is when I start, and the final day of when the pictures can go in is my final day. So it works out I get about 15 weeks. It's not cheating, it's using the system. And that's what I do. So this one, this is probably one of my best challenges, because I do what I call my calorie deficit lifestyle, and I'm now sitting at the exact same weight I was in Vegas. I'm at about 1310, 1311, which is the lowest I've been in a long time, and I've done it through steps. Fucking steps. I've just started my 12th week of stepping. Every Saturday I have pizza, beer, cookies, whatever I want. I had half a carrot cake last night after my pizza, and so I'll consume 5,000 odd calories in a Saturday. But today I'm back on my diet, or back in my deficit, and I'll hit 2,600. I'm on 22 for meals, then I like a wee snack, so I'll put 300 or 400 for that. And you know, I'm in the best condition I've been, best physically feeling right now, and I've done it by not restricting anything. I have smashed snacks for 12 weeks, and I wouldn't. Yeah, you can do that in any other diet. And it's the biggest thing is steps and CFD. I just think that's it. James nailed it. Stick to your diet, get your steps in, done.
Yeah, and everything else is a bonus.
Yeah, but with regards to stuff to aim for, I think strength goals are hard because they're unmeasurable. Yeah, you can increase yours, because I massively increased mine, but it wasn't recognised. That's not what James is looking for. I don't agree. I don't want people to waste their challenge. I want them to get the maximum out of it, and they're brilliant. See, for keeping a wee bit of focus, amazing. Very few people make 12 weeks. Those that do, that's a massive thing to hit 12 weeks. It's such a hard task. So yeah, love them. Challenges are great. I mean, I get them for free now, so I do them, and that's it. It's no skin off my nose if I don't complete it, but I generally do it. I've only binned one, and that was a mental battle.
So you think that 12 weeks or however long you're doing it, one of the biggest learnings for people will be about sustaining it.
Yeah,
keeping that going for 12 weeks is, if you win that battle, you win the war.
Very much so, because I see so many people don't make 4 weeks and think if they haven't achieved such by 4 weeks, then it's game over. And that was kind of what I tried to prove in the Kangoo challenge, that I lost my way, put a stone on, but then get rid of that stone and more in the final 8 weeks. I've said to Pav many a time that the magic starts at weeks probably 6 to 9. Then all of a sudden your body gets used to it, and shit, the weight falls off. Dramatic change. I think he touched on do back-to-back challenges. Don't come out of it, stay on it. You don't need to come out it. I mean, if you're 12 weeks, if you're struggling with 12 weeks, break into 4 weeks and have a blowout weekend and just fucking get back on it the next day. Yeah, you kind of. I think you touched on this, Alistair. It's when you put weight on 7,000 calories. It's like, how much do you have to eat to put on so much weight? It's a lot of it's water and all these different things. So many other factors, but you can't destroy a challenge in 4 weeks. So don't give up.
No, and I liked how you spoke about how you allow yourself on a Saturday to have whatever you want, and that's one of the common things I think that we all learn by knowing about CFD is manage your calories throughout 5 or 6 days, and then allow yourself one day to be the person who you truly want to be.
Yes.
To be the greedy bastard, as you put it. Mm-hmm. That's what helps you get through the rest of it. And bank your calories for that day.
Well, I, so the way I have I have a simplistic approach to life, to be honest. Um, so I work out, I kind of work out my maintenance, and then I work out how much I would like to lose. And I kind of, a pound a week's perfect, but to be honest, 3/4 of a pound a week is probably bang on. So I'll over exaggerate it, give me that buffer. I'll estimate that 5 or 6,000 calories is a Saturday, deduct that off my total, divide the rest up by 6, and then there you go. So I kind of work back. I start on Sunday. Sunday's the day I always start my diet, or back into CFD. I don't class it as a diet, it's a lifestyle. So it doesn't matter what I consume. And I limit myself to even lager. I only have 4. They're giant bottles, but there's only 4.
Well, yeah, that's is working for you.
Yeah.
So, talk to me about CrossFit then, because it's 6 days a week at CrossFit. I know you've not been able to do that in lockdown, and I think your journey in this recent challenge is 12 weeks of steps, getting your 10K in every day, and maintaining that, and sometimes going over and doing weeks where you've gone up to 20K steps. But CrossFit, what is appealing about CrossFit to a 47-year-old man? Because I think a lot of people see CrossFit as that's where the youngins go, and it's not. And it's not. I'm not being ageist. I'm just saying that I think it's quite a new concept to the fitness game, and it seems to be done by a lot of younger people. So, and I know, however, what I've learned from doing these podcasts is Joe at 36 is doing it. Pav well, he didn't quite give me his age, but let's call him 90.
40. He's about to turn 40 or just turned 40. There's a 40 there somewhere. I don't know where. I can never remember what side he's on of it.
Right, is that so? He's CrossFit. Yourself, you're 47. So apologies if I've just given age.
No, I'm quite open that I'm an old bastard.
So what is it about CrossFit that allows you to go 6 days a week? What do you enjoy about it? When did you join that?
So and it's quite funny. I'd started following probably people doing CrossFit about 5-6 years ago. And there's a local gym. There's actually 2 CrossFit gyms local to me, and the first one's quite a large setup. And I remember watching some of the videos, and they just freaked me out. It looked really busy, and there was people running the streets with their tops off, and I'm thinking, "Fuck that! Who the hell does that pish?" And then I remember walking through Glasgow, and I bumped into an old colleague of mine that I had served my time with at Aerospace when I was an apprentice. And I was like, Kim, so what are you doing now? Are you still at Aerospace? He goes, no, I've set up a CrossFit gym. I was like, honestly, I don't want to do that. And so I went in the next day, and I just signed up to a full membership. And pretty much, probably after the second week, when I wasn't as sore, I started going 5-6 times a week, and I went 5-6 times a week for 4 years solid. And it was a class structure. Class, get in, and somebody saying, do this. And so that appealed to me the same way Weight Watchers appealed to me. Somebody says, do this. There's no kind of coming away from it. It's do this, and that's what you do. So that appealed. I liked the different movements that you were learning. I could see the body changes. So yeah, it was really interesting, and every day was different. Never repeated a workout, so you didn't really get bored. But saying that, we're now 12 weeks into lockdown, and I don't know if I'll keep doing it. I don't know at the moment. I don't know if I'll go back, and that's where I find myself now. I think the break has kind of got me to the point where I'll go, maybe I'm done with it for a while, because I'm 47. Do I really want to punish myself like that? And I'm seeing different things. Golf again is a bit of a passion, so that's coming back, and you can't do everything. And I'm thoroughly enjoying my walking, and even the running. I mean, fucking running. I hate running, but so CrossFit. I would say, I'd say I'm done.
So, well, I know you're heading for try and get your running down to under 20 minutes for
Yeah.
5k. And I see
Yes.
the other night you broke that 21 duck. So
Yes.
it's,
I'm trying to use now. Bear with me on this one. So we started walking 12 weeks ago, and just through consistency, and it's the same with CFD, consistency, you change your body shape and all these different things, your weight falls down. Through the walking, we consistently got more efficient and dropped our time, increased our distance and all that sort of thing. And I did that whole run 5, nominate 5, donate 5. And I went out and I think I was 22 minutes or something like that to run it. And I was like, oh my God, there's something here. I went back out again and managed it again. So that's really where the madness of I could go sub 20 for a 5k. And my plan is to run 3 times a week and see if through consistency I can drop below 20 minutes. So just do that. And I say I broke sub 20, sub 21 on, in fact, it was Wednesday night, just after we'd spoken. I just thought, I went out, fuck it, I'll go out for a run. And
you only went out on a run because I said I was going to go out and get my steps up.
Yeah, well, it's the competitiveness, and that's it. But it's strange. I never ever ran really before. I can run. I mean, I can go on a treadmill and run 10k, and that's it. But I can run. I'm trying to hold myself back to get a bit more distance and things like that. Not that I'll go above 10k, but and the thing is, I do have that Forrest Gump moment. I'll be running along and the wee Strava woman will go 7k and I'll go, that's me done. And I'll just walk home.
I said 10k was the max, and then a couple of weeks ago I did a half marathon on a Sunday night because I set myself a stupid challenge. It's funny. People might be motivated by the same, but I love these little challenges that either you see or you create in your own head.
Yeah.
As soon as you put it on Instagram, oh shit, I've got to go and do that. And for me, mine was the VE. I set up the VE challenge, with the VE day, VE weekend being 8th to the 5th, 1945. I thought, well, I'll do 8k on Friday, 5k on Saturday, and I'll go out and do 19.45k on Sunday. And I'd never run more than 10k. I've done my 10ks, so I did my 8k in the blazing heat, fine. Saturday went and did the 5k, fine. Sunday I had spent all day thinking, you've got to go and do that. You've got to go and do that. I got my water pack out. Got dressed to go, sat in my clothes. Can I go out? Can I? So on Instagram, you better go out. All these people are watching you. Better go out. 8 o'clock, I thought, no, 7 o'clock. You've got 2.5 hours till sundown. You've got, if you're going, you're going now. I knew I was going to be about 2.5 hours. So I went and I did the 19.45. And when I got to that, some of my brain went, half marathon's 21k. Might as well do that.
Honestly.
So then I went and just finished did the extra 1,500. Stopped my watch halfway up the hill. I thought, oh, beauty, it'll say, well done, you've done a half marathon. Didn't say anything. Went and looked at it. Why did it not say anything? Because I stopped it on 21k and a half marathon is 21.1k. And I was just like, oh yeah. But I felt like Simon that night. I was fuming. It didn't even register on my Garmin. It's, so don't ever say you won't.
No, and do you know, hats off to you for that. I think it's a mental ability to run that length of time. Boredom kicks in for me massively, and I just get to a point and go, I'm done. And I think age is now. I think it's. I look at it and go, do I really need that in my life? So that's where, and I think that was where it was with CrossFit. I love it. I still love it. Maybe falling out. I love it with it a wee bit. Same as golf. So maybe it's just I need a break and I need something different to do. But yeah, it's always there. I've still got skills.
You do. So you've reinvented yourself as the active insurance guy.
Yeah.
You've, as I would describe myself since launching the podcast, become a social media whore. And you've been doing some lives, things like that. And I think a big part of, like I said about the JSA, is you join, you set up your Instagram, and suddenly you start posting pictures, and that develops, and suddenly you start storying. You're up nice and early. You're one of the early stories I watch. You're talking to yourself before Mrs. S is up. But how's that going for you? Becoming more active on social media to be able to build a new business and get yourself set up.
It's going really well. I'm enjoying it. I think that's again, you come to passion, and I had tried to do it on my old social accounts, but I had a bit of an anxiety towards doing that because not that I actually care what anybody says, but I felt I was lacking a bit of freedom to say what I wanted and to deliver it how I wanted. And it's funny. It's only two people. In fact, it's only probably my mum, because anybody else criticises you, you can either delete it or you can kind of go back after them. But I feel when it's somebody that close, and there was never any malice. It's just I kind of didn't want it at all. So I kind of set up new accounts, and the freedom has been fantastic to be able to do and say what I want. And I don't have family on my accounts. My wife's not even on my account. She puts up way enough of my shit during the day. She doesn't need to see on her social media. Joe, it's funny. People say all the time, "How'd you put up with him?" And I mean, how she does it, I do not know, because I'm the same person. I don't have persona, and that's what I wanted. I wanted to go on social media, and I wanted to be me. I didn't want to be scripting something to tone it down so that somebody go, "Oh, come on, Simon, you've got to say that. You can't be that." I wanted just to be me, and because that flows better. So I'm enjoying social media so much more to be able to just be me. And the me that you see is the me that you get, whether I'm with my wife or the kids or with them at the bar or whatever. I'm generally just, that's me. So yeah, new business and that, loving it. I'm loving. I think and I picked the stupidest, hardest kind of business to try and do on social media. And life insurance. Who the fuck does life insurance on social media? But again, a bit of passion. I'm passionate about it. I want to do it, and I want to basically disrupt the marketplace and rip it to shreds, and really just put simple content that I understand and I think people will understand and go, this is what it is. Yeah, we all die at some point, but make sure you protect your shit. And you know, that's what it is. But I also don't feel that people need it beating in them every single minute. So that's why I thought I'm active, do a bit of activities, and I've got more activities coming on. We've just got a Peloton bike, so I'm going to be one of these. So it'll be Strava wanker, golf, Peloton, walking, running. I'm ticking all the boxes right now.
Brilliant. So you mentioned Mrs. S.
Yes.
Does she follow the similar like fitness and health as you? Is she CFD? Is she active herself? I know she goes through her walks with you. Is she silent in the background, or is she?
No, she's very active. Susan Stan. So she was CrossFit with me. Fucking why? CrossFit didn't tick her boxes. And to be honest, I think this lockdown has proved that, because she was following a diet, CFD. She does her own thing. She knows the MyFitnessPal, because we set it up and it's dead easy, and that's why I know it works for everybody, because she's seen massive. And it was actually today she's standing there and we're just about to go a walk, and I was like, you're looking fantastic. 12 weeks of walking, just incredible. The difference and it's from walking, and that is things like that where you think it's just CV, just walking, simple thing, and the difference in the 12 weeks has just been incredible. So yeah, she's very active. She does that. I mean, she used to do marathons. She's done London twice, but ankle mobility now sore, so she doesn't do any running at all. The Peloton bike is more for her. So yeah, very active, and I say that's the whole thing. That's why. I mean, people keep going, Simon, you're walking at a hell of a pace. I go, but she's beside me. She's only 5'7". So yeah, very active. But we're kind of an active family. But yeah, she's impressive. I just think what she does, and the fact she puts up with my shite.
We spoke about meetups.
Yeah.
I think you said you'd only been on one meetup.
Yeah. I think the meetups are I think as well they're a financial commitment, and I think because the James Smith Academy is kind of my thing, and there are probably other things that I would rather. I look at it like brownie points, right? You only get so many brownie points and for me to say, "Oh, I'm going to a James Smith thingy in Bristol or God knows where," is that where I want to use my brownie points? Where I maybe have a golf trip coming up, so it's not ripping the whole out it, and so there were several ones came up and they clashed with possibly Oscar being at swimming comps where he's away for 4 or 5 days and that's costing you $1,000. You think, financially, I can't justify that for a night out in the middle of nowhere with people I don't know. But in December, so I mean, as I say, I'm in 2 years, and December there was my first one, and it was the reason that I went was because Pav was coming up, and I had obviously done a lot of banter backwards and forwards in Pav, and there was a few of the women in the like, right, you got to come up, and I was like, right, Andrea and Kay, and I'd never met these people, but so Pav's coming up and he's staying at Andrea's, so I went up to the West End and I met Andrea and Kay and all these people, and I had a ball. I actually had an absolute ball. Never met these people before in my life, and then I went up to meet Pav, who had only met on Instagram, and you think we went out. Just had it off straight away, and I then went out to the meetup. There's another 16 people around the table. Met Graham. Graham can drink. Oh my god! And it's funny because everybody drinks cocktails and things like that. I was thinking, I'm a lager. But yeah, I had a ball, and I wasn't staying over. I got the last train home because I didn't know how it was going to go. But the next meetup, I'll make sure I'm there. because I had great fun, and it was great to meet people. And it's that's the type of thing. I think you said that with when you met Sam for the first time down in, was it London, the London Live you went to, and you just meet these people, and the first thing is it's like a big hug. And you're like, I fucking don't know these people. It's like, no. It's very bizarre, but yeah. So December was my first one. Highly recommend it. But I recommend everything about the James Smith Academy. It's a good thing. He does a good job. So he does, and he's not. It's not so much him anymore. He's a figurehead, but there's a lot of people who work in the background, but it's the ethos of it. That's what's great about it.
So certainly is. So you think the community is a big part of it as well?
Yeah, it does have its a lot of pluses, but there are minuses. There's some fucking arseholes in it. I mean, it's fuck's sake. It's just you think, oh fuck, but then that's life. And I know for a fact folk will go, Simon, scroll on. Hey, that's fine. I have no issue with that.
Fantastic. So future goals, ambitions. You're working on this laptop lifestyle, fitness goals. Where are you headed?
So I was probably work-wise, my goal is this laptop lifestyle, which I plan that basically in the next, I turned 50 in 3 years, just under 3 years now, and I want to be able to live 6 months in Spain and 6 months here. So that's the goal that I'm working towards for that. Fitness goal, yeah, I want to go sub 20 in my 5K. I'm going to keep up my walking. Having taken up golf again, I would like to play to 18. I claim 18, but I would like to actually play to 18. One of the boys messaged me today and he's like, how's your golf? He goes, oh, I loved it. I goes, what about yourself? Yeah, I shot a 74, 76 scratch. I'm thinking, oh, is that all? Is that all?
You only saved a shot hole in me.
Yeah, I was like, so to be able to play to 18 solid is the first priority. But I'm now a wee bit scrawny, having dropped some weight, and I am not bulking. I refuse to bulk again. That's not going to happen. But I want to put a bit more muscle on, so I'm going to do that, probably resistance bands or something. But that'll come. That might not even be this project. That might be the next project. At the moment, until the gyms open back up again, I find home workouts very difficult, whereas going for a walk, going for a run, yeah, I can do that. Actually, physically doing press-ups, it's not me. Home workouts, I don't know. I've not mastered that. Maybe that's the next project. Master a home workout.
Now I know you said you don't really watch telly. You watch YouTube. You watch stupid cat videos or. Lost in the YouTube wormhole. But have you got any sort of recommendations of things that people should watch or listen to? Good books.
I watch is a difficult one. It's very. I mean, I find it. I actually do personally find it hard to find stuff that holds my interest. There are not many series or things like that. I've watched Ozarks and a few bits and pieces. There's occasional things I like, the kind of money mafia type of things, but I don't have much. I actually don't have much time for TV. The time I've finished dinner or sit down for dinner, it's about 8:30. I don't have many hours left in the day, so it's put something on while I eat, and then when I go to my bed, I'll watch 15-20 minutes of YouTube before I crash out, and then I'm back up. So, and listening wise, I used to listen to a lot of audiobooks, podcasts, but because I'm not in the car anymore and I'm not walking on my own, I don't listen to as much. I like Jamie Alderton, we mentioned. I like Jamie Alderton. I think Jamie's very, very clever. And he's again doing the whole fitness to media. The firm that I work for, Gary Das. I follow him a lot. I had followed him a lot prior to starting to work with him. He's in social media, and that's what I followed. I wanted to learn that, and thought rather than do it from scratch, I'll copy him. So I like his stuff. He's very much more in the financial services side, but really it's the same way as James. I think a lot of stuff that James talks about is pretty much the same as financial services. Social media is social media. It can be related to anything. So I listen to a lot of what Gary does, and I don't know. I flip between stuff. I don't know about you, but YouTube, you watch one thing on YouTube, it's like changing trainers. Next minute, I know that all I'm getting suggested is what new trainers to get, or I watch a bit in Top Gear, and I follow a guy, Mr. JJW or JWWW, and I follow him. He does expensive cars, and I love watching that stuff. It's 15 minutes. Still follow Craig Ritchie, massive amount. I follow Craig Ritchie. I follow Craig Ritchie, who does very much into CrossFit, and just these people. So I like you said, the rawness of it. The YouTubers fascinate me. How they can edit daily programs. God knows. I don't edit.
It's from doing the podcast, and everybody was watching. My editing skills are not very good. If anybody's listening who has a passion for editing and would like to help us out, then please let us know. But I think the thing I've learned from this is it takes a lot of time. I love doing it, and I want to make sure that they get out there. But if anybody's thinking about that laptop lifestyle, it's not the easy option. I think it's
oh, definitely not.
Might allow you to have the freedom, but it's not the easy option. Have you got any mantras or quotes of anything you live your life by?
Well, do you know, it's quite funny. I actually wrote that down. I'll tell you, there's one thing that annoys me, and then I'll tell you what my mantra is. Within the James Smith Academy, you might not have seen this. It was an older thing. There was a commonality of so many times if people were going out on the lash or something, it was like, fuck CFD. And I hate that, because I just hate that whole, fuck it. No, just accept it. Go out for a night out, enjoy it, get back on it the next day. But it was that whole, to hell with CFD. I was like, this is our thing. CFD is our thing. You're miscrying our thing. And that is a pet hate of mine, and so I don't like that. But the big mantra, and I don't know where I stole it from somebody, but I'm claiming it as mine. Early doors, I put the whole, in a calorie deficit, always eat your calorie allowance. Today's calories are tomorrow's fuel. It helps avoid the crashes or binges, and I'm a massive believer in that. When I see people that are meant to be on 2,000 eating 1,500, I'm thinking, you're setting yourself up for a fall. Your body needs that. And it's the whole thing of, even if I come in at 10 o'clock at night, not having eaten all day, I'll smash my 2,000 calories before I go to my bed. I always eat my calories. Whatever I do, if I go over one day, doesn't matter. Next day is a brand new day. I smash my calories. I don't chase them back at all. Every single day is a new day for me, and I hit my calories. And that's my sole goal, is to smash my calories. It's probably the thing I've lived by in the entire time in the academy. No matter what time of day, I've got 2,000, 2,500 calories to consume. Got to get them in before I go to my bed, because I need them for tomorrow.
I like that. And, so staying in touch with Simon, the Instagram, Facebook. What's if people want life insurance, where do they find you?
Do you know? See the whole life insurance thing? Yeah, I mean that whole thing is, I want to be your insurance guy, right? And that's a kind of gimmick. Because people used to have an insurance guy. When I grew up, you had the man for the Pru, the man for the Co-op. They would come chat at your door, and you'd see your mum and dad getting it, so you'd eventually get it. They don't have that anymore, but that's what I want to be. I want to be your guy. But I've got to build trust. You've got to get to know me. And that's why I'm on social media. Because if you then go, oh, I need it. Do you know what? I'm going to speak to Simon. And that's the whole point about it. I don't expect everybody to go, oh, I'm going to do this. Stephen, you're ready. We'll have a chat. But so Instagram, Active Insurance Guy. Facebook, my business page is Active Insurance Guy. My personal profile is The Active Insurance Guy. So that everything is around that brand. We are going to disrupt the world with it.
So in terms of questions that we had in, I think we've covered it all. There's been more coming since the blue lips thing, but I'm not gonna allow you to answer it, because I think if anybody wants to answer for that, I'm going to direct them to your Facebook, and they can rewatch your live from Friday night where that was covered.
Yes, yeah, that's probably the easiest thing. That's the safest solution.
That's maybe the safest solution. You can find out the answer to blue lips via Active Insurance. No, it was on your personal page. It was on Simon.
No, it's all because it's no. I don't actually. All my social media is, so Instagram is Active Insurance Guy. Facebook business page is Active Insurance Guy. My Facebook personal page is The Active Insurance Guy. So right. I don't. My Simon Smiley is probably the alter ego. Yeah, it's gone. It's shut. It's funny. I had on Simon Smiley's Facebook, I had 1,900 friends. I've got 40, and it's family, and it's closed. And I've still got my old Instagram. It's getting shut down as well. I can't run to. It's me. So everything's Active Insurance Guy.
Fantastic. Well, for anybody who wants to follow us and listen to more, please subscribe. You can now listen on Apple, Spotify, Google, YouTube, and you can give us a follow on Facebook at Conversations Space With, or you can follow us on Instagram at podcast_conversations_with. And we'll be back with more guests coming up in the next couple of weeks. We're going to have a couple of recent challenge winners with Jack Fat Loss Foster and Becky Wilkinson Todd, or Becky Todd on Instagram. Those are coming up, and then there's many others. We'll be at 16 guests, so we're going to keep hammering these out left, right, and centre. I think we've done 2 this weekend. You'll probably listen to Simon's Wednesday or Thursday, and we'll aim to get another one out to you next weekend. But I really appreciate all the support. We're about 350 listens on our previous 2 podcasts, so keep supporting us, and look forward to chatting to you all soon. Thank you very much.